What's up, Superhumans? BT here. If you are new to my channel, well, first of all, welcome. I am so stoked to have you. Thank you so much for watching one of my videos and spending your precious time doing so. I like to create content that's going to help you move, feel, and perform better, both mentally and physically. So if you're into that sort of thing, if that sort of thing floats your boat, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so I've been rocking my Whoop 4.0 for just about a week, and I love its smaller size. It honestly doesn't even feel like it's there. I feel like I'm fiddling and adjusting it far less than I did with the 3.0, and that wasn't much to begin with. The new band is super comfy. I really like it. The haptic alarm is great. I don't use it that often, but it's really cool. The battery life and battery puck seem to be doing just fine. I've heard from several people that they're having problems, but my battery life is dwindling at a normal rate, and I haven't had any issues with charging. But there is something that is off, and that is my strain score. I've used the 3.0 for just about 2 years, and in that time I averaged anywhere from a 15 to a 16 on an average daily strain. I'm specifically talking about daily strain, not the workout strain number, just FYI. But I've had enough of those days, and enough of the overreaching days, the 18s, 19s, and 20, to know what the difference between a 17-day feels like and what a 20-day feels like. And 20 days, well, they feel like sucky. But with the 4.0, I'm averaging much less than that, 33% less. I'm averaging about 10.5. Now, let me clarify. I don't think this is an accuracy issue. I think we got exactly what we wanted with the Whoop 4.0 in a much more accurate wearable, which is great. My heart rate seems to be on par. My sleep and my recovery numbers seem to be spot on, especially when compared to how I feel. So I'm all for the more accurate sensor. And I've got a few comments saying because it is a more accurate sensor, you're gonna have a drop in your strain scores. And I would say yes and no. More accurate sensor? Yes. That significant of a drop? No. Remember that Whoop strain is just their own version of like a rate of perceived exertion or a Borg scale. But instead of rating just an activity, they're rating an entire day. And to give you some idea, here is a RPE versus the Whoop chart. You can see 0 to 9 being light, 10 to 13 being moderate, 14 to 17 being hard, and 18 to 21 being overreaching. And each of those categories has an effect on your fitness and recovery levels. I've had enough 17 days to know what a 17-day feels like. And then to be told that's a 9, that's pretty significant. And maybe you're thinking, well, just because it feels like a 17 doesn't mean it is. Don't discount the accuracy of feel. David McKenzie and Dr. Andy Galpin they wrote a book called Unplugged, all about wearable technology and how much more accurate was it than our own internal, stopwatches and other metric measurement systems. And in all the studies that they showed, there was very little deviation between either. It's a really interesting read, and I highly recommend it. I want you to think about the implications of this massive discrepancy in strain here. What does an actual 17-day now require of me? Can I physically put enough 17 days together throughout the week to improve my fitness as Whoop suggests? Because remember, the 9s and the 10s that I'm getting aren't going to do that. And if I do, how does this affect my recovery? I know what a hard day feels like. I know how many I have to do in a week so that I can progress my fitness without it affecting my recovery too much, without me suffering too much or taking too much downtime. But if I go by the new readings, right, and my normal 17 effort is now a 9 or a 10, there's no way I could do a 4.0 version of a 17 enough times throughout the week without completely tanking. Here's another question. Does that mean that the strain that I was getting for the 3.0, which I've been seeing for the last 2 years, was super inaccurate, even though it correlated very accurately to how I felt and how I recovered? Here's my personal guess. Whoop has simply not adjusted the data to match their own strain chart. And I say that because, well, not a lot of people have the 4.0 yet. There's not enough data probably to do so. I would assume in the next few months when people start getting their Whoop 4.0s and using them more and more data is becoming more and more prevalent, Whoop is going to adjust the strain scores so that it looks a little bit more accurate. So am I worried? No, not at all. But to Whoop, if you are watching, I'd look into this. I think for some people who might lean on this data a little too hard, it could have some mental and physical ramifications. And for those of you who have stuck around this long in this video, thank you. You guys are superstars. If you like the video, please consider hitting the subscribe and like button. Oh my gosh, they go a long way with this YouTube algorithm. And it's really hard, this YouTubeverse. It's difficult, so please do that. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.